grilled chicken and a blackberry crumble for dessert. A candlelight dinner in the middle of a street.
You're allowed to eat here, you're allowed to sing here, and you're allowed to have a really good time because this is Brooklyn. So welcome to Brooklyn.
Mark Cohen, together with his daughter, have been organizing similar dinners for friends and family for a while. It is now possible in New York City thanks to the city's Open Streets program. During the pandemic that is still very much a reality in the US, some streets have been locked off permanently to let people socialize safely and enjoy some fresh air.
If someone had come to our community board a year and a half ago and said, let's shut down all of Vanderbilt Avenue and just let people have dinner in the street and they can eat and drink here until 10 o'clock at night, we would have said, that's crazy, that's impossible, that'll never work. But it does work.
The streets and smaller squares are now blocked off and divided into several areas. Some are reserved for walking and biking, restaurants set up tables in others, while still others are empty, waiting to be turned into an improvised office space or playground. Restaurants are being allowed to use some city blocks for free, though they usually must pay a hefty sum and get a license to set up outside. City officials say in the first week of the Open Restaurants pilot program, twice as many people dined out than usual.
You also know we have a backstage, but nobody's in there. Everybody wants to be outside. And we have our COVID safety cabanas.
Patrick Fromas is the manager of the branded Saloon restaurant. He says the venue didn't close during the pandemic, but they had 4 customers at most then, and now they're serving 65 people, and that's only outside.
And it's a big European vibe, but it's about to become an American vibe.
The program did appear to annoy some car drivers at first, and they organized rallies to protest the closing of certain streets. But as time passed, more people saw the appeal.
Yeah. Some parking's hard, but what are you going to do? It's New York.
Viva Di Cancini grew up in Arizona and was used to driving everywhere. But in New York, she enjoys being outdoors without having to drive.
And I love it. I love open streets. All my life, I used to go to Europe and I would see the pedestrian zones. Go to Las Ramblas and Barcelona and everything. And I always wanted to live on a street that was just pedestrian.
Now, most of the coronavirus restrictions in New York have been lifted, and the city is slowly and cautiously coming back to its pre-pandemic life. With one big exception, there are now many more streets closed to traffic and opened for socializing. For Nina Vishneva in New York, Anna Rice, VOA News.